I've been with my boyfriend 7 years now. The first 3 years, I was always stressed out because every time he leaves the house, he's the most gorgeous man I've ever seen. So we both come up with this idea that if I get a marker out and sign his private parts and then take a picture of it, he can go enjoy his guy time. I can enjoy my evening and not stress. And then he comes home and he shows it to me. I look at the camera and it has to match. And my question to you is it weird for me to sign my boyfriend's private parts to have a secure feeling?
When you say you sign, what do you put on it?
My name.
Your name?
My name.
Are you serious?
I am.
First of all, what in the entire name of Jesus did I just hear? I mean, I'm trying to picture this guy's life this whole 7 years. I did actually post this video on my gram and a whole lot of people commented and said maybe it's because she makes a lot more money than him, which means the general viewpoint is that because she makes money more than him, then he has to, or he deserves to get his private part marked out. Now, if we had to reverse it in some way, if it was possible, for a man to keep physically checking his woman in this way, would that be acceptable? Because this to me sounds like emotional abuse, psychological abuse. Imagine this dude's life. Imagine him wanting to go out and he can't go out because his woman is not home. Because if he leaves before she signs his penis, then that's a whole different conversation. So imagine this guy's life on day to day. And this, surprisingly, it's not some of the things that are largely publicized. And a lot of men do go through, a lot of men do go through weird things like this, and they're not largely publicized. Why? Because it is more important to show the world what kind of monsters men are, that men are bad people, men are trash, or whatever you think of men. Okay? Now, what baffles me in this very conversation is, first of all, this woman did not come and acknowledge the fact that she is insecure. Her first projection is when he leaves, he's the most gorgeous man up. So this dude's sin is because he's cute. This man's problem is that he looks good as a person. This woman, you know what surprises me is this woman did not allow or give this man an opportunity to show him who he is. Because a lot of times people who do podcasts, like females that do podcasts, comes in and say, hey, there is this type of man, and when you have one, make sure that you make him comfortable and you hold him down. And by holding him down, I mean make sure you make it impossible for him to leave you. Treat him good, because if you don't, chances are that will be your first and your last. And what surprises me is the amount of women that come and bash those women that actually give you free public knowledge about men. Now, there is a lot of women that actually came out and say, hey, I broke up with a good man, or I let go of a good man because of my ego, because of this, because I did this, because I wasn't serious at the time, or because of whatever reason that it is. That, when you admit it, it makes life simple. But what this woman is doing, wanting to know if it is weird, how many women do you know, or does she know, that actually pull a marker out to mark their husband or their man's private parts every time they leave? It is weird. and it's uncalled for. And it's not some of the things that you hear out in the world. If you were able to understand this sounds like I can't even say it's a territory. I don't even have a word to describe what this lady is doing. I can imagine it's more like keeping a dog in a cage and just leaving it there, not even giving it time, free time, or taking it for walks or whatever. I mean, this is some of the weirdest thing, or should I say craziest things I've ever heard. There is actually women that beat men, and that is not out a lot. There is women in prison who have killed men, and you don't see their cases out in the news as much as when it's done by a man. I'm not saying let's compare what women do to what men do in terms of scales. I'm saying let's remember that we are all human beings and we have perfections and imperfections. However, if you know from experience that you attract a certain type of people, remember, soul ties. Whoever you attract is a trait, personality in you that is attracted to that person. That's number one. So if you don't understand why you keep getting your heart broken, you have to check your dating history. Make sense of it. One thing that I don't understand is, why do people in the present have to pay for the things of the people in the past? Because if this is what people are going to do to the current people that they're dating, and they want to tell everybody that oh, I'm dating, I got so and so, and this person is a wonderful person, but this very same person, you're making them pay for the mistakes of the people that you chose in your past. Now he's living a very miserable life in the present. Does it feel good to you when you abuse somebody in your presence because of somebody did something wrong to you in the past? Because if this is what you're going to, because these are the traits that we keep seeing. You date a girl, you think everything else is going good, and then you hear all kinds of stories. You date a guy, you think all things are going good, and then you hear all kinds of stories. More especially in the baby mama, baby daddy kind of stories. We know the stories. Most of them do sleep with each other, and it's not a secret. A lot of girls, you ask a girl what happened, she's like, oh no, he went to back to his baby now. Or you dating a girl, she goes back to her baby dad, and you don't understand. I'm not saying all of them, disclaimer. I'm not saying all of them. I'm saying some of them, or maybe a few of them, whatever. But my point there being is, how are we supposed to, as a society, in this day and age of social media, be able to make our life or make a relationship attractable for the next generation? Because now it looks like we are a whole bunch of headless chickens running around, and it's just one big chaos in terms of relationships. I do not understand why in this day and age, with all the technology in the world, if somebody you are not attracted to them for whatsoever reason, if you know you're insecure, let me just say, if you know you are insecure, not other than going to find the people that are going to make you feel insecure each and every day, maybe you should consider, going for somebody that's not going to make you feel less, that's going to make you feel secure about yourself every day. Because your problem is not that this particular person is going to do something. The problem is, in your mind, you think this person might do something. And how do you know that? Based on your previous experiences. Those experiences, this particular thing shows that people do not want to accept what they went through, to work through it, in order for them to create a new space for new people. But they carry that into the next relationship, now that experience that they experimented or that they went through seems like it's something to enforce in this new relationship. And that is not good, because you're not giving this person a space to become themselves. You already come with a cutout box, and you put them in that box and you tell them this is how you're going to behave. And that is not how to do relationship. That is what I, Derain Malcolm, am against. That is not something that I do not tolerate. Okay? Each and every one of us, we have a dating history. That is true. However, each and every person have their own mistakes, and you are able to work through that by means of communication. If you're going to come into a relationship with a set mentality that I want this, or then let it be all. If you're going to make me live a life I'm not comfortable with because of your past experiences, if I am consistently trying to assure you that I'm not doing anything wrong, maybe I'm not the right person for you, because if I am, you have to see it, you have to see through it that you make this work. You can't box me because of how I look, or you can't box me because of this is how you want things done. That it's tiring me. That is basically you telling me the entire relationship what I need to be doing. And if I don't, then it's a whole different scenario of a conversation that might end up very ugly. And guys, consider therapy, alright? Big Daddy Derain Malcolm, holla at your boy. This is Malcolm War. Please subscribe to the channel, click the bell so you get notified every time we drop something. And please, don't go hit other children. That person you're dating, there is a whole family that actually love that person. Alright? Enjoy life. Adios.